Are these on?
Those are on.
Check.
I mean, is it weird being, this is probably a question you all the time, both brothers on the same team, but also competitors in the fact that it's not a team sport and both of you want to win? Is that weird?
Yes and no, because on the track we look at it as we're just another competitor and we're just another racer. So the only way that would become an issue was if we were both extremely dirty riders and we only passed by taking people out or aggressive. And then, if we were passing each other, then we'd take each other out. That would be the only kind of like thing where I think would be an issue, but we don't ride like that. So not really. We're both competing for the same thing, but it's no different to if we weren't racing each other, just because everyone out there's a racer. You don't look at anyone like that's such and such, he's this, he's that,
Yeah. What about you, Jeff?
Yeah, probably the same what he said, really. I mean, we both are technically good enough to pass each other without hitting each other hard. Like, we don't need to hit each other because we both can race each other fair and not have to hit each other. And that's what good racing is. We can get close to each other, but we're never going to try and take each other out, which is really good. And I think where it's not too bad because we both get along pretty well. So it's not like it's awkward going back to the truck after a bad race or a good race. So it's always it's pretty relaxed. No drama really much at the truck with both of us there.
So what about, it's going to be the same team, but there's a new bike, so there's familiarity, but then also you kind of got to learn some new equipment. How's that been on the off season, testing a new chassis, new engine, all that?
It's been cool because my first time kind of like having a totally new bike and trying to figure out like how it is and that stuff, because the 450 guys help with some things, but then we all have such different styles. Obviously, they're both two different kind of horsepower engines, so it's some things work for 450s and then the other stuff don't. So it was my first time kind of building up a new bike, which is pretty fun for myself, and it was good. It took a little bit to kind of find the do's and don'ts, like the parts and that stuff, but once we found the parts that work, then it was really, really easy to kind of set that bike up to get it handling good, because once you get those right parts, the window of setting the bike up good is a lot bigger than it was when it started off.
Yeah, same. I agree. It's a new bike's always interesting. You got to go through the elimination process of what works, what doesn't work, because you can't just take everything from the previous bike and just throw it onto the new bike. So yeah, it's thankfully we've got a great team and we're able to put in some big days testing and just knock out all the stuff that we need to. Again, the elimination process. So it's been good though, being really good. Bike's great, and we're continuing to learn little bits and pieces about it now. We've done most of the big drastic changes. So
I was talking to Cam and Chase, and they were just saying how cool it is. That pretty much all the bikes are so similar now.
Yeah.
So, have you noticed, they were saying they noticed some things that you guys tried, and then the team, obviously, you told the team said, hey, these are what these guys tried, and vice versa. How's that worked out?
Yeah, so the 450 obviously has massive characteristic differences compared to a 250, just let alone with the engine inertia. Just it's a different beast. It's a different animal. So a lot of the things that we tried are on a smaller scale of how they affect the bike compared to their ones. So it's been good. We set up our bike completely different to those boys, and we say, hey, like, this is helping us in this section, or it helped us with that, and then they're able to try it for themselves. And yes, it did work. No, it didn't work. But it's good because you have instead of having like one guy trying to set up one bike, you've got 4 guys trying to set up their bike. So it's cool. There's a lot more testing and opinions.
Plus it's good because most of our bikes are fairly similar in a way, and we can all Kenny jumps on my bike every now and then when he was testing and kind of feeling like when he was searching of getting that setting, what he was trying to find. He hopped on my bike, had a few laps on that, hopped on Hunter's bike, had a few laps on that one also, and just to kind of see how they were, and kind of this I like that on the bike, and then he can try it on his, and yeah, it works works on 250 but not on the 450. So it's good that we're all on the same bike now, because we can all help out each other because we're all riding the exact same bike.
So what about, like, we were talking to Kenny about he's like the old guy now. Like he likes to go to bed early, he's got a kid, all that. Like how is that? Does that energy, calm you guys down, or is that grounding, or is it like, do you give him shit for that? Like, what's up?
Not really.
No, he's still he may be like the oldest one on the team, but on like the rider side, but he's still fun. Like he still has that good energy and still loves to go and have fun, like with us riding, talk crap and all that stuff. So he may be the oldest one on the riding side, but he's definitely still acts young with us and likes to have some fun.
You guys ever ride the 450s?
I have a couple times to like see how his bike was. I don't think he has.
I don't, because I love 450s so much, so I don't even like tempt myself, just because like I like 450 more than 250, so I don't even like give myself the temptation of just riding it. So
So is that something that you're definitely looking forward to?
yeah, absolutely. Not sure when. In the back of our minds, we kind of know when, but yeah, it's still TBA and TBD. But yeah, I love 450s.
So, I mean, anything about this year that you guys are looking forward to that's different?
Just the bike mainly. I mean, the bike's really good, and the motor's even better. So I think we're just mainly excited for that.
Yeah, I mean, as far as racing, obviously we're just as excited as every other year to go racing, obviously with a new bike, to see where it stacks up and whatnot. But I think, a lot of the other stuff we have going on off the track is we're excited for that to come out and all that kind of stuff. So that'll be cool.
So can you talk more about that?
Yes and no. Like, there'll just be some more stuff coming out, away from the racetrack and bits and pieces on stuff, giving everyone more of an insight on our lives, and
We'll just give him a cliffhanger and just say you'll see
who we are and stuff. So yeah, stay tuned.
Yeah, stay tuned.